YouTube, it's your boy Clutch the Barber again with another banger. So this one is gonna be a nice wave cut with the 1.5 open, going with the grain, and of course with the taper on the side. I mean, he hasn't had a cut for, I would say, about 2 weeks, because he's not really wolfing for that long. His hair doesn't look that bad, but let's get into it, guys. Clutch way.
Taking off in this rocket, supersonic, hypnotic.
Alright, so we back already. So guys, I'm gonna go in with the 1.5 fully closed. I have the Wall Seniors right now, and I usually use this clipper because I feel like it cuts down the hair better. And the motor is definitely stronger than my Gold FXs, so that's why I usually do this when I'm cutting the waves down, and many times when I'm trimming hair too. That's my go-to. One little secret I have for you guys is that when I'm cutting the front of the hair, the corner especially, I open my lever. Usually people have a lighter corner, so that's why I do that, to make sure I keep everything even. Up next is my Gold FX trimmers, and I'm gonna go in and create my first guideline, and that's gonna set the whole guideline for the taper. And just make sure everything is clean and nice and neat. You don't need to rush it, take your time. So now with the lever fully open, I'm gonna create my second guideline, and I'm gonna go up about 1/2 inch. Always make sure to create the same shape you created before, and don't try to change it up, because you have to stay consistent when it comes to that. Up next, with the lever halfway open now, I'm gonna just stay in between the first guideline we created and the second guideline we created to just kind of fade out the first guideline actually. While doing so, I'm also going back to the beard and fading it at the same time. The lever fully closed now, I'm gonna remove that bottom line we first created earlier when we first started cutting. And I'm using my corners a lot, as you may notice. Using the corners actually helps prevent creating new lines when fading. Now I have the 1.5 guard fully open, and I'm gonna go up about 1.5 inch from the first guideline we created, and that's basically clearing out the taper just so I could go in and fade it out. Some people also call that debulking. Now I have the lever halfway open now, and I'm gonna go up about 1/2 inch this time, and it's still the process of debulking and clearing out that area to fade it better. And then I'm gonna go fully closed. Now that we have the lever fully closed, we can't go up too high with the fade. Stay at the bottom. We're basically doing the same steps we did earlier, so this time we're gonna have the lever fully open with the number 1 guard, and we're gonna go up about 1/2 inch this time. And we're keeping it consistent. Make sure everything's clean and nice. And I'm hitting the beard right now, and now I have the clipper halfway open, and I'm gonna stay at the bottom this time. I'm not gonna go up too high with this one, and staying at the bottom, hitting the line, and then close now. And this time you have to stay low and use your corners at the bottom of the fade, and of course while keeping the same shape. Now with the 0 guard fully open, or some people call it 0.5 guard or 1/16, we're gonna hit that bottom line, and we're gonna completely remove it this time. So I'm gonna go fully open first, and I'm also hitting the beard, and then I'm gonna go halfway, and that should take care of the line. And right now it's halfway. I'm doing both the beard and the taper to remove that bottom line. Alright, so stay tuned and let's watch. I do not want to bore you guys out, and this is the same steps we did in the taper. So right now I'm just creating my first guideline, and I'm balding everything out, make it straight, clean as possible, straight. And I'm gonna go in with my clipper all the way open, and this time I can go up about 1 inch. And don't be afraid to go up a little higher this time, because we have more room to work with. As long as you're not, removing their progress or anything, it's fine. And it's literally the same steps over and over. Halfway, close, then I'm gonna go with the 1.5, and I'm gonna go up 1.5 inches this time, and then halfway, then close, then go in with the 1 halfway, then close, then the 0 open, then halfway. That's the same steps. Man, thinking about this is all free game for you. So as long as you watch and follow my steps, you could do what I'm doing. I learned on YouTube. If you didn't know, this is where I learned how to cut hair. Yes, the clutch way though. This time it's the clutch way. So I learned, I put my own thing into it, and I made it the clutch way. Remember that. But do you guys see how this fade is coming out though? I mean, come on, you gotta just trust the process. Like, I'm just saying, just trust it. And I gotta take a moment to give a big shout out to Mansky, my little brother. He's been making those beats for me for free, so I appreciate it, man. And he was one of the first people I started cutting too. I mean, I would just cut his hair, no lineup, no shape up, nothing, just cut it down, and he would go to school like that. I love you, bro. And I'm definitely grateful for the people that trusted me in the beginning when I first started. I mean, guys, that was like high school 8 years ago. Yeah, but hey, they trusted me, and look where I'm at now. Alright, my favorite part of the hair. So this is just the holding spray. I'm just spraying it to hold the hair down, combing the hair and making sure everything is nice and laid. And then I go in with my trimmer and I stay in front of the client, start from the middle and go to either of the sides. Also notice how I'm not pressing hard. I'm just tapping and going, and you don't need to be pressing hard on the client's head. Just make sure your clippers are sharp enough to do that. And one thing we always have to make sure we do is that make sure the client is comfortable, and you don't want your client to be crying and bleeding and screaming because the clipper's too sharp. They're not gonna come back. I mean, hey, that's just saying. One thing I always say is make sure your hairline is sharp before you use the enhancement. Don't just cover your work. And right now I'm just spraying it with the holding spray to lock everything in and blow dry it after. And now I go in with my razor. It's at a 45-degree angle right now, and I'm just making everything cleaner, shaping the beard. Make sure you go back to your work, guys, and clean up. Just the detailing part is very important. Just use your corners. And hey, look how my boy was looking before. I mean, he was looking pretty bad, to be honest, and I had to do something for him. I had to sit and start thinking. I'm like, hey, how can I change my boy's life and give him the best haircut ever? So, and I feel like this is what I did. I went in and execute my work and execute my idea. Man, are you guys ready though? YouTube, that's the cut. Alright, y'all see how I'm coming? You guys can do it too, that's the thing. I mean, it's the clutch way, but like, you guys could have your own thing. If you follow those steps, y'all could do it. You know what I mean? Like, we could do it. That's the only way though. Just follow those steps. Look at this cut, man. He came in looking a little rough, and the clutch sat down and then changed his life. You feel me? That's it. Let's get to it, guys. So please like and subscribe. I have some links in my bio too, so you guys could check those out. And guys, remember, I have this new oil now. That's the only thing I've been using for the past 3 weeks. So hit the link in the bio. Support black businesses. Clutch way. And we out.